Hi, guys. Have you wondered what a month-long cruise would cost you? Well, we recently spent almost a month on the Ruby Princess. This particular ship sailed out of San Francisco, and we did a 16-day cruise to Hawaii, and we stayed on board, and then we finished with an 11-day cruise to Mexico. We stayed a total of 27 days on this ship. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a full cost breakdown so you can decide if an extended cruise is really within your budget and if it's worth it to you. We're a retired couple, and our goal is to travel as much as possible while we're physically able, without draining our retirement savings. Our channel is all about inspiring you to embrace your golden years while navigating the world on a fixed income, one voyage at a time. We are a military family, and we were stationed in California way back when, decades ago. And I always wanted to go to Hawaii. So since we were in California, I told Kevin, I said, we're really close, we should go. So Kevin took our family to Honolulu for my 40th birthday. Well, fast forward, that was almost 20 years ago. Man, I feel old. And I've always wanted to go back and see some of the other islands, but it's so expensive. So I've tried over the last decades to find a way to do this, and I couldn't get the numbers to work out for us. So I am giving you all that background because this cruise was a great way to check off a bucket list item. And if you've always wanted to go to Hawaii and check out several different islands, this might be a cruise for you as well. However, that being said, this was not a cheap cruise. Now, to save money, we could have gotten off the ship and after Hawaii versus staying on for the Mexico portion. But we wanted to see what a back-to-back cruise would be like and to share that with you guys. And then also we wanted to see what it'd be like to be on a ship that long. Kevin and I can see what it would be like for our relationship without someone getting hurt. And also to just see what it would be like to live on a cruise ship. And I'll talk about that later on in another video. So the cost for this particular cruise is going to be all about perspective. Some people are going to say, oh, that wasn't bad. You guys did fine. That was fabulous. And then other people are going to be like, honey, you spent way too much money. So it depends on your perspective because some people's purses are heavier than others. So you be you. So keep that in mind as I'm going through the numbers. So it took me a while to pull all these numbers together, but we use TravelSpin. It's an app that we use, and I absolutely love it, and I would recommend it. Not sponsored, but it does help when you're trying to keep track of your money. So let's dig into the numbers. I'm going to give you the big numbers for Hawaii. These are like for the cruise itself, the cost of the cruise, the gratuities, and the Wi-Fi, because those were the biggest items for us. And then I'm going to do it also for Mexico. Then, because we stayed on the ship for the whole time, I'm going to give you, they gave us one big statement for the whole cruise. So I didn't want to go through and try to separate all that out. So I will give you the total costs for all the items that we spent on board for the entire cruise. Okay, so let's go through the numbers for the Hawaii portion of the trip. So the cost for the cruise itself, and we had an inside cabin. For the cruise itself, taxes, port fees, and then we also included travel insurance with that, was $2,935. Gratuities and Wi-Fi. Gratuities was $544 for the both of us, and the Wi-Fi was $400. So the cost for that was $944. Now, in the past, before we've purchased the Princess Plus package, this particular cruise we did not, but the Princess Plus package, bundles all of that stuff together. So we didn't do that, but if we had it, $65 per person per day, that would have been $2,080. So we didn't do it because we were doing dry January. We're trying to, so we didn't drink any alcohol, so it wouldn't have made sense. And then also we were focused beginning of the year, weight control, weight loss. So, and then also Ruby to me didn't have as many casual dining options. So we didn't do that. So the total cost for our cruise, look here, it was $3,879. If we got in the package, it would have been $5,015. This is just the Hawaii portion. Okay, so let's move to the Mexico portion. This was 11 days. So the cost for the cruise for inside cabin was $2,225. This is the cruise, taxes, port fees, and travel insurance. The gratuities and Wi-Fi was $649. If we purchased the Princess Plus package, instead of $649, it would have been $1,430. The total cost for just the cruise, the those fees and all that was $2,874. If we'd gotten the package, it would have been $3,655. So what did we spend on board the ship? So on board the ship, we did do two specialty dining restaurants. We did the Italian restaurant and we did the steakhouse. We did one shore excursion. It was just me. And I think we got a discount on it. I'll go back and look. But I did the whale watching shore excursion in Cabo. We also got some coffees, some soda. We did laundry on board, and we did 2 trips to the sanctuary. So after you deduct military discounts, onboard credits, and the credits that we received for leaving late on embarkation day, our total cost was only $188. If you're finding value in our content, please consider subscribing to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you'll know when our next video drops. Thanks so much for your support. Okay, so I talked about the expenses that we did on board. So what were the other expenses in the various ports when we got off the ship? So we did a lot of DIY. If you watch my videos, my port videos, I do a lot of DIY. We are still fairly young and great shape, and so we like to get out and explore and do a lot of things on our own. Sometimes I'll do short excursions if we're not going to be there very long, or it's just too much trouble to put it together, or it's a great cost. But I'm thinking short excursions, we'll be doing more of that as we get older. But right now we're in our go-go years, so why not go on our own? So I didn't have any excursions in Hawaii. We kept it simple because the cruise itself was a little pricey. And my intent also is in the future to return to Hawaii and possibly other areas in the Pacific. I would like to do something where I go straight across, but we'll see. That's another bucket list item of mine. So the Hawaiian ports that we went to were Hilo and Waikiki, Kauai, and Maui. Mostly in Hilo, we just walked the city and coffee shop. So not really big things. Waikiki and Kauai, we did beaches. Maui, we actually did the city bus. So you have to watch that. So actually Maui, we spent nothing. And we went to the beach and just kind of did a couple hours there. And then Ensenada, we spent about $20. Kevin did the coffee shop, I did the city, and did lunch there. So our total for the Hawaiian ports and that Ensenada one was $272. Okay, so let's move on to Mexico. So in Mexico and Manzanilla, we just did coffee shop because we were really struggling with the Wi-Fi on board, and I had to get some work done. Puerto Vallarta, we had to do Ubers to get over to the city center. Kevin actually stopped, and I did some explore on my own. I have some video footage of that. But Kevin actually went to one of the places when we've actually went to Puerto Vallarta in the past and stayed several weeks. So he went to a place that he went to before, got a haircut, shave, and then I did lunch. Mazatlan, this is a new one for us. Loved it. Charming city center. We did the city center and a light lunch. That was $44. Cabo, I did the short excursion, which I included in the onboard costs. And Kevin went to his favorite cigar bar. We were in Cabo for several weeks before too. We've done that before too. So the total for Mexico was $199. So the total for both cruises, for the cost of the cruise, was $6,753 plus $188 for the ship cost, onboard cost, plus $471 for time on shore. So total cost, so people may cringe, some people are like, yay, $7,412. So for those of you who followed our story on our channel, we retired and downsized to a condo. So we set our monthly travel budget for $5,000. So did we go over budget? Yes, we went over budget, but we knew that going in. This was a splurge for us and a chance for me to check off a bucket list item. So how much would this have cost if we decided to do it ourselves and just flew to the islands and did it versus doing this via cruise? So we're not budget travelers, but we're not over the top. So we're more middle of the road. This is our travel style. And I actually did a video about your travel styles. So that's the type of traveler we are. So with these costs, this hypothetical do-it-yourself, how much would it have cost? I try to do mid numbers. So I would have to say for 16 days, if we did it on our own, I went to the island for a flight around $1,000. Accommodations, I would say maybe $200 per night. So we probably would have only done Honolulu, Kauai, and Maui. I probably would not have done Hilo. So that would have been around $3,000. Transportation from island to island, about $400 for the both of us, and food for $1,000. So we thought we would probably spend around $5,000. Now, I also had AI, the machine, run the numbers too to see how close I was with maybe some hypothetical average costs. And the machine came back and said, on average, for 2 weeks for two people, move from island to island in Hawaii, would be between $7,000 to $10,000. And I thought about my 5,000 didn't include entertainment, things like that, because I probably would have been doing more things just because, you have to have things to do besides, the things we've done. In the cruise, entertainment was already included. Now, for the Mexico portion, I didn't really run the numbers. We've stayed in Puerto Vallarta for weeks before, and Cabo as well. In Mazatlan, I haven't done that before, but it's definitely on my list to go back and spend some time on land. But I think I could have done that a little less expensively than the cruise, or broke even with the Mexico portion if I did it on my own. So when you think about the pros for the cruise versus doing it on land, it was convenient, totally less planning. For me, I thought it was less expensive, and the thought of waking up every morning in a new and beautiful destination without having to constantly pack and unpack was really appealing. Now, the cons. You don't get to spend as much time in each place. That's definitely a con, because cruises, you kind of hit it and quit it. And I didn't see as much as far as different things. Usually when I get off at port, I usually do one thing, unless I'm doing like a tour. But I wasn't as concerned about that, because when we went to Honolulu that time years ago, we did the luau, we did Pearl Harbor, we did so many things when we were there before. We just didn't get to go island to island. So basically, this trip I did a lot of beaches. So the thing that I didn't get to see were more of the waterfalls, which would be something I would like to do. Volcano, not so much. We've done Pompeii, and then I've done the thing in Hawaii, Honolulu. We climbed that. But yeah, an active volcano, nah, not interested at all. I've done that in Pompeii, and I'm like, why am I on this volcano? If something happens to me, my family said, what was she thinking? So anyway, I would want to go back and do waterfalls. And like I said, I want to see other parts of the South Pacific, the Pacific area. So ultimately, that being said, was it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. This was worth it. So that was the video for today. And this video basically showed you how much it costs for us to spend a month on the Ruby Princess going to these particular destinations. Some people will spend more, and some people will spend less. So hopefully that was helpful to you, to give you an idea how much it could cost. Have you been on an extended cruise? If so, please list the number of days of your longest cruise in the comments below. I'll be really interested in seeing that. Also, if you're interested in more cruise-related content, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Until next time, take care, everyone, and safe travels.